Welcome to the Medved Traders Paintbars tutorial part 2. As we completed part 1 of the tutorial, we created the Going Outside Bollinger Bands paintbar and placed it on the chart. You can see it here in the top band. We're going to explore how to modify paintbars, tinker with some indicator settings to adjust paintbar results, and how to set up paintbar alerts. First, you can see and be able to modify paintbar code easily by opening the Paintbar Parameters editor. Just click on the paintbar legend on the chart. There's an Edit Paintbar icon in the upper left corner here. Clicking on it will open up the paintbar editor. Let's modify this paintbar so that the shapes that pop up can be chosen by the user. In order to do that, click the first rule to bring it up and change the shape to be default. Do the same thing for the second rule. Save the paintbar and close the editor. You will notice that the arrows now change to boxes. That's the fill shape. If we open the parameter editor for the paintbar now, you will see that there's a default shape selector. Whatever shape is selected here will show up whenever a default shape is supposed to be shown in Paintbar. For example, let's change the shape to be diamond. You will see that the paintbar shapes now change to diamond. Now let's modify the paintbar code. Right now it shows up when a candle's close goes outside the Bollinger Bands. Let's put another condition on it. Medved Trader has a pace indicator, which basically shows if the volume is unusually high. Let's only have the paintbar show if the pace is greater than 200%. We'll open the paintbar editor again, and we'll add another rule. Let's move it so that it's the first one. Let's make the condition if pace is below 200. Is below 200. And let's set it to any params. I will explain why later. Now, as a condition, when this condition is satisfied, we will set and stop. The reason why is that the rules execute in sequence. And what will happen is if the pace is below 200, the processing of rules will stop, and it will never get to check for the Bollinger Bands bounds. Let's save this paintbar and close the editor. Now, as you can see on the chart, there are places where the candles definitely do go outside the Bollinger Bands, but the paintbar shapes do not show, because that first rule prevents them from showing. Now remember how we set the pace parameters to be any params on the paintbar. Let's see what that does. First, we will make the paintbar add the pace indicator to the chart. We will right-click and say Add Indicator Used by Paintbar to the chart. There's the pace indicator. Now let's change the pace indicator to be 1 day instead of all days. You will see that as we change it, the paintbar also changes, because the paintbar uses this indicator in its calculations, because we picked any params. This allows you to tweak the indicators directly on the chart in order to find the best settings for your paintbar. Paintbars can also trigger alerts. Let's open the editor for the paintbar again. And let's take the second rule As you see, there's an alert option in the rule. When you select it, you can specify a name for this alert and a message that the Paintbar will send to the alert. So let's call this alert above and have the message close above BB. As you can see, the message can be fairly long. Let's save this rule, save the Paintbar, and exit the editor. Now when we open the Paintbar parameters, we will see that there's an alert available in the Paintbar, and it's called above. By default, this alert is not activated, so it will not fire. In order to activate it, click on its checkbox and set the various alert parameters for it. All the regular Medved Trader alert options, such as pop-up window, highlighting portfolio row, and playing sounds, are available. The message that is passed by the alert can be included in the note that the alert generates. It is the alert's description. This concludes part 2 of our tutorial on Medved Trader's Paintbars. In the next one, we will discuss advanced Paintbars. Tell your friends about Medved Trader, and good luck.